Have you ever sat down to play one game, and then looked up to realize it's 3 a.m., your drink is warm, and your sense of time is completely gone? Today we're counting down 15 single-player games so addictive they don't just entertain you, they trap you. Games that turn just one more mission into hours. Games where progress feels so good you have to keep going. And games that quietly steal your entire evening without asking permission. No multiplayer. No distractions. Just you, the screen, and the sudden realization that you should have gone to bed a long time ago. Dark Souls is one of those games that somehow makes suffering fun. The game beats you down constantly. You die to basic enemies, you lose souls, and bosses absolutely wipe the floor with you. Every death feels like it's your fault. You messed up the dodge, got greedy, or panicked. And because of that, you always feel like you can do better next time. That's what makes it addictive. You're not grinding for loot or waiting for the game to give you a win, you're learning. You memorize attack patterns, you get the timing down, and slowly, attempt by attempt, you improve. And then it happens. After countless deaths, you finally beat that boss. Your hands are shaking, your heart's racing, and when that victory achieved screen pops up, it feels amazing. No other game makes a win feel as earned. So you don't quit. You rest at the bonfire, look ahead, and jump right back in.
This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain!
Vampyr is a game that doesn't just invite you in, it pulls you under. You start playing just for a bit, and before you know it, hours have vanished. The atmosphere grips you, the story tightens its claws, and suddenly, stopping feels impossible. What really hooks you is the freedom the game offers. Do you save lives as a doctor, or embrace your darker nature and feed on the very people you're meant to protect? Each decision reshapes the world, changing districts, characters, and even the ending itself. The game offers a vast array of weapons and devastating vampire powers such as shadow mist and blood-fueled claws, all of which make every fight feel bloody satisfying. As you grow stronger, you're constantly tempted to cross moral lines just to unlock even more power. That's the genius of Vampyr. It traps you in a cycle of temptation, consequence, and curiosity. You don't just play it, you become part of its world, and letting go is the hardest choice of all.
Damn! Franklin! What the fuck are you doing? Mr. Samuel, it's not exactly how it looks.
GTA 5, the one game you always find yourself coming back to. The moment you step into Los Santos, the real world quietly shuts down. Time stops meaning anything. You tell yourself, 5 more minutes, and suddenly the sun is rising outside your window. Basic human instincts get overridden. Your body sends signals of hunger, exhaustion, the need to move, and GTA 5 responds with explosions, music, and freedom. And somehow, the game always wins. Your eating routine disappears first. Meals become optional side quests you ignore. Sleep is postponed indefinitely because there's always one more race, one more heist, or one more random event pulling you deeper in. Los Santos starts to feel more familiar than your own neighborhood. You know its streets, its shortcuts, its chaos. Real life becomes the pause menu. GTA 5 makes you forget everything around you because, for a while, you don't live in the real world anymore. You live in Los Santos, and everything else can wait. The night is young, you sitting by your lonesome self feeling bored. You jump into a new game thinking, I'll just test it out, and suddenly it's 5 a.m. That's Hollow Knight for you. The game has this crazy way of pulling you in, and before you know it, hours have slipped away, completely uncontrollably. The gameplay is so addictive it's stupid. The tight combat, the beautifully haunting world, the rewarding exploration, it's all designed to keep you hooked. Officially, Hollow Knight clocks in around 30 to 40 hours for a full, casual playthrough. But let's be real, most of us don't stop there. The game's vast, layered world and deep lore make chasing 100% completion feel like an endless quest. You'll find yourself obsessively hunting every secret, every boss, every charm upgrade, trying to uncover everything it has to offer. And suddenly, those 40 hours turn into 60, 70, maybe even more. It's the perfect blend of challenge and curiosity. Each discovery compels you to keep going. Once you start Hollow Knight, you might not be seeing your free time for a while. It's a beautiful trap that steals hours, and honestly, you won't even want to escape it. Assassin's Creed Origins, this game is a sneaky time sucker. I mean, it's different from the older titles, no more linear gameplay, it's like they're giving you the keys to ancient Egypt. The freedom can be overwhelming at first, but trust me, it's a game changer, and the attention to detail is absolutely mind-blowing. The number of weapons and armor sets available is insane. You can literally craft your own style, and the combat system feels fluid, smooth, and so satisfying. And let's be real, it puts some of the newer Assassin's Creed titles to shame. Origins is still one of the best in the series, and it's easy to see why. It's a beautifully crafted sandbox with so much to offer. Problem is, it offers too much, and before you know it, hours have passed, and you're still exploring the sands of Egypt. I swear, I've tried to quit, but my adventures keep calling me back.
Don't be fooling with me.
Target in range!
Target well in range.
Here, lads!
What's your
I
game?
have a shot.
Piece of shit. We don't have time to.
Heads up, boss.
What more can we say about Marvel's Spider-Man? The game is like a web of awesome, and it's super easy to get lost in. Who needs real life when you can swing around New York City, right? The first few hours, I was just swinging, taking in the sights, feeling like the best superhero ever. It's crazy how good it feels, you won't want to stop. The combat allows so much creativity. The way you can swing and flip, and web sling your way through enemies is just incredible. You constantly just swinging around your neighborhood looking for groups of bad guys to web up. But what really draws you in is the story. The way they weave Peter Parker's nerdy awkward life with Spidey's epic battles is pure magic. You're constantly switching between Peter's awkward combos with Aunt May and Spider-Man saving the day from supervillains. It's that blend of relatable struggles and larger-than-life action that keeps you hooked.
Take your best shot!
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries, what do you see?
It's in the clouds.
If I had to play one game for the rest of my life, it wouldn't even be a debate. Skyrim is the answer. Other open-world RPGs like The Witcher 3, Fallout, or even Elden Ring are incredible, but Skyrim does something different. It merges with your soul and never lets go. Those games feel like journeys you finish. Skyrim feels like a world you live in. You don't just play Skyrim, you exist in it. One minute you're heading to a main quest, the next you're lost in a cave you didn't know existed, fighting a dragon you weren't prepared for, and just like that, you've lost 5 hours. That level of addictiveness blows past most RPGs, because Skyrim doesn't force a playstyle, it absorbs you into one. Every Skyrim player explores differently. You've got the path followers, sticking to quests and guilds. The wanderers, who ignore objectives completely. The collectors, looting everything that isn't nailed down. And the role players, who turn Skyrim into a second life. But the one thing they all have in common, is once they've started Skyrim, they're unable to put down their controller. Curse of the Dead Gods is the kind of game you underestimate. It doesn't scream for your attention, it waits. One run turns into two, two into five, and before you realize it, you're completely locked in. Not because the game asks you to keep playing, but because it dares you to stop. What makes it so compelling is how endlessly replayable it is. Finishing the game doesn't feel like an ending, it feels like permission to go deeper. New weapons, tougher modifiers, deadlier curses, there's always another path to master. Even when you think you're done, the game isn't done with you. Every run is unpredictable. You're constantly reacting, constantly adapting. And the light and darkness system makes sure you never get comfortable. Step into the dark and enemies become more aggressive, more lethal, forcing you to fight smarter, not harder. Light becomes safety, control and survival. Curse of the Dead Gods doesn't hook you with spectacle. It hooks you with tension. And once it has you, letting go is almost impossible. The Last of Us is a game that just hits differently, to parts of you that you least expect. It surgically implants itself into your brain. From Joel's first rough steps through the quarantine zone, the game's grip is relentless. It's not just the tension of surviving an outbreak, it's the quiet, human moments that make you invest everything in these broken characters. You'll find yourself thinking about them hours after you stop playing. Did he really do that? How could she not see it coming? The game doesn't just tell a story, it embeds thoughts in your head. The pacing is surgical. Tense, intimate encounters are followed by brutal violence, then sudden vulnerability. It's like the game knows exactly when you need to breathe, and when to slam you back into the darkness. You're not just playing, you're reliving their trauma. And you can't look away. By the time Ellie finds her thing with Joel, you're wrecked. The game's done its job, you're emotionally maxed out, and all you want is more. Even thinking about it gives me chills. That's the power of The Last of Us. It doesn't just hook you, it hijacks your brain. The Last of Us is more than a game, it's an experience that lingers. One that makes you question humanity, friendship, and what you do in their shoes. And honestly, that's what keeps us coming back. Dragon Age Inquisition, the game that'll have you breathing fire into the early hours of the morning. If you're like me, and you've spent hours upon hours in the world of Thedas, especially after sinking a gazillion hours into Dragon Age Origins, you'll know just how hooked you can get. And who wouldn't want to be a legendary hero, right? The game's got it all: epic battles, drama-filled plot twists, and dialogue choices that'll have you on the edge of your seat, thinking, what would I do in this situation? It's almost like you're the one making the tough decisions, and that's what keeps you glued. The choices are so juicy, you'll be replaying conversations just to see how they turn out differently. And let's give a shout out to the squad dynamics, where choosing the right words can make or break your crew. BioWare knew exactly what they were doing when they crafted this game. Dragon Age Inquisition is yet another serious time sinker. So, how's your gaming schedule looking? Got room for a few more hours of Inquisition?
I need backup to take a subject into custody.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
If you're not playing Police Simulator Patrol Officer right now, you're seriously missing out. This game is straight up addictive. Picture this: you boot up, customize your ride, gear, and uniform to perfection, total freedom in your playstyle. Wanna chill on basic patrols, issuing tickets and writing reports? Or go full chaos mode, chasing speeders and busting DUIs? It's all up to you. You can jump into different shifts, from foot to car to highway shifts, and the randomness is insane. 1 second you're directing traffic, next thing you know a car gets stolen out of nowhere. But here's the real hook, those radio callouts, 1050, vehicle accident. Your shift goes right through the window. You know you gotta accept it. Those callouts are so tempting, you can't resist. That ping hits, adrenaline surges, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. and you've forgotten to eat. Patrol Officer is a simulator that doesn't just suck you in, it owns your soul.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Oh my god!
Hold on!
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Fallout 4 doesn't feel like a game you play, it feels like a place you wake up in. 1 minute you're leaving the vault, the next you realize you haven't stopped moving for hours. The wasteland closes in around you, and suddenly, escaping feels impossible because there's always something pulling you forward. Every road leads to discovery. A half-buried weapon. A ruined town with a story. Gear you swear you'll replace later but never do. Fallout 4 overwhelms you with choices, locations, and loot, and your brain can't let any of it go unexplored. That's why so many players call it the most addictive game they've ever played. Casual wanderers lose 150 to 250 hours without even noticing. Role players disappear for 300 to 500 hours, living inside their character. And settlement architects. Some never leave, 700 hours deep, still rebuilding the world piece by piece. Fallout 4 doesn't rush you, it traps you slowly. And by the time you realize it, the vault door is already closed behind you. Ever fired up a game for just one quick run, only to glance at the clock 5 hours later, bleary-eyed and still swinging? That's the spell Hades 2 casts, it's insanely hard to stop once you start. Part of the witchcraft is the Arcana cards. These passive powerhouses, unlocked with your hard-earned grasp, let you stack buffs like extra health, faster casts, or god-tier familiars, turning each build into a personalized beast that begs experimentation. But the real hook? Combat that's pure adrenaline poetry. Weapons like the whip-cracking sister blades or the explosive moonstone axe each demand mastery, while Olympian burns weave chaotic synergies. Suddenly, your Poseidon dashes are flooding screens, or Apollo's beams are laser-shredding bosses. Every run drips with intrigue. What if this combo clicks? Hades 2 perfects roguelike replayability. Death is not failure, but pure progress. Each wipe unlocks arcana, aspects, keepsakes, and upgrades via incantations, making Melon OEE stronger every time. That rush of "I'm closer now" overrides rage, fueling endless "one more tries." It's progression disguised as punishment, and it owns you. Good luck putting your controller down. If you're anything like me, you've probably lost countless hours in The Witcher 3's vast open world. It's like getting sucked into a vortex, isn't it? 1 minute you're grinding monsters, the next you're knee-deep in notice board quests, and before you know it the sun's setting on another epic day in the continent. What's crazy is, it's almost impossible to resist those quests. You'll be like, just gonna grab this one quick quest, and next thing, you're on a 3-hour detour chasing a band of ghouls or uncovering some ancient treasure. And don't even get me started on the travel time. Reaching the quest location can feel like a mini-adventure in itself, what with all the random encounters and side quests you stumble upon. But boy, it feels so good to be a Witcher. The combat, the exploration, the decisions, it's like you're living the life of a mutant monster hunter. And the story is absolutely gripping. You'll be hooked from the first scene, eager to see what happens next. It's no wonder some players have sunk 400+ hours in The Witcher 3 and still haven't seen everything the game has to offer. The devs truly created a magical world, the kind that'll turn you into a gaming hermit. The moment you put on the Dark Knight's costume, your sleep schedule signs its own death certificate. Because once Batman Arkham Knight boots up, you're not playing a game anymore, you're clocking in for the night shift in Gotham. You tell yourself, one mission. Next thing you know, it's 4 in the morning, the city's still raining, and you're gliding across rooftops like insomnia never existed. And then there's the Batmobile, not just a vehicle, but a full-blown weapon of war. Tank combat, riot suppression, high-speed chases through Gotham's streets, it turns the entire city into your personal playground. 1 second you're smashing through barricades, the next you're launching yourself out at full speed, grappling straight back into the sky without missing a beat. Batman's new suit seals the deal. Faster combat, smoother counters, enhanced gadgets, and stealth so clean it feels unfair. Glide longer, strike harder, vanish quicker, every upgrade pulls you deeper into that just one more encounter trap. Arkham Knight doesn't just keep you awake. It occupies your entire night, until the sun comes up and you realize Gotham stole your sleep, and you loved every second of it.
Take cover!
And there you have it folks, games so addictive they don't just steal your time, they rewrite your schedule. If any of these games have ever kept you up way later than planned, hit that like button so it knows your pain. And drop a comment telling me which game completely ruined your sleep, or which one I missed.